Now after this, to have work, or to have to work away from this four noble truths, like if you want to have a good life, peaceful life, okay, a prosperous life, prosperous in sense of thoughts, prosperous in the sense of principles and ideologies, okay. So if you need to have the prosperous life and the peaceful life, you need to follow the eightfold path, okay, the eightfold path. So the first is right understanding, okay. You should need to have right understanding, that is, you need to have the neutral visualization to every kind of situation that is arising in the life. Now for example, there is any war going in front of you, okay. So here it is being suggested by Gautam Buddha's Eightfold Path that you should be very neutrally seeing both of the parties, okay. You should see in the Samma direction. Samma means equal, common direction, and not from the single view, okay. So this can solve the problem more immediately than tilting towards one particular party, okay. After that, the right thought, okay. So the thought process should be moral, the thought process should be ethical, and then we can have the right thought or the right conduct, okay. So the right thought should be also orated in the right speech, that is in a very soft tone without hurting any of the individual, okay. After that, the fourth path is the right action. Now whatever speech we say, we need to implement it on the very correct and that only direction, okay. Now this is the right action, okay. Now this reflects the karma, okay, or the kamantha, karma or the kamantha. Now when you take the right directions, when you take the right actions over the directions, it's but obvious that you would be leading the right livelihood, okay. So whatever source of the income you are having for providing your household course, so that should be earned through the right livelihood, okay, through the means of right livelihood and not through any illegal means, okay. So this is Sam Ajiva, okay, Sam Ajiva, okay. Now the next is, okay, or the sixth is right effort. So whatever shram we are putting, whatever efforts we are putting, it should be going into the right direction only. It's not that you would be employing and getting the monthly salary. It means that you are on the very right track. What if you are doing the work for a bad cause? Like for example, if you're working in any particular company and you get to know that this company is the hackers company, so you are causing instability in the national security, right? So this is the wrong directions or the wrong directives through which you are earning your source of income. So here Buddha says that the right effort should be putted with the right mindfulness, that is Samma Sati, okay, that is Samma Sati, okay. Now and the last one, that is right concentration. Before and after doing any kind of activity, you should be having the very correct Samadhi sthan, okay. That is, you should meditate on each of the actions that you are taking in your lifetime or in your full day. And that is why you will see that the emphasis in the Buddhism is being put on the meditation. Of course, in Jainism also the emphasis is put on the meditation. Why? Because it is developing the thinking ability of an individual to conduct it in the right mode. Okay. So the Eightfold Path would be focusing upon the right conduct. It would be focusing upon the right conduct. Okay. So this kind of the keys and terminologies are being asked by UPSC preliminary exam. So again I would revise it. Gautam Buddha talked about the Four Noble Truths, and to stay away from the sufferings or from the truth of the life, you need to follow the Eightfold Path. And if you follow the Eightfold Path, your life would be peaceful. Okay, Gautam Buddha doesn't guarantee that you will be away from each and every kind of issue or the challenge which everyone faces in their life, but you will face it with more silence, okay, without getting mentally or physically harmed. Okay, so these are some of the good thoughts in Buddhism. Okay, now after the demisal of the Gautam Buddha, we'll see, and in fact we have seen in some of the previous lectures, especially when we were discussing about the Magad Empire. During this period, I have talked about the first Buddhist Council, second Buddhist Council, third Buddhist Council, and today we would be also discussing around the fourth Buddhist Council. So what was this Buddhist Council? So this Buddhist Council were the councils where the idea of the Buddhism were preached. Okay, so there were many, majorly two sects. Okay, the Mahayana and Hinayana. Okay, now what are the sects? We'll dive deeper. But before that, what were this Buddhist Council? So Buddhist Council were the meeting like council. Okay, where the ideas of Buddhism were preached to the common man. Okay, now the place of this Buddhist council was being decided by the kings during that period, and you will see that the UPSC is asking the question around this only. Now the first Buddhist council was done during the Ajat-Shatru, okay, and it was done at the Rajgriha, because we have seen that the Pataliputra was the capital during the Udayan, or the Rajgriha was the capital of the Rajgriha was shifted to the Pataliputra during the Udayan period. So up till the Ajat-Shatru, when the Rajgriha was capital, we will have the first Buddhist council, which was taken in 483 BC. Okay, and the chairman was Mahakashyapa. Okay, the chairman, the arrangement of this was done under Mahakashyapa. Okay, the second Buddhist council was under or during the reign of Ashoka or Kakavaram. Okay, and it was held in Vaishali, and the chairman was Sabakami, and it was implemented during 383 BC. Now the third Buddhist council was done under the Ashoka, which we have seen during the Mauryan period. Okay, and it was done in Pataliputra, of course, and the Moggaliputra was the chairman of this Buddhist council. It was held in 250 BC. And the fourth Buddhist council, which would be in the 1st century, okay, 1st century AD. 1st century AD, which was held in Kashmir, that is Kundalban. Okay, and it was held during the reign of the Kanishka, King Kanishka. And that is why you will find that during the fourth Buddhist council, okay, many of the participants would be coming from Tibet, China, okay, then some parts of the Korea, Japan, of course, present Bhutan, Nepal. By the way, Buddha ka birthplace is Lumbini, okay, Lumbini, which is presently in Nepal. Okay, so you will find that we are connected with this neighbor states by the soft power, that is Buddhism. Okay, so here during the fourth Buddhist council, you will see that our foreign relation or the neighborhood relation would be becoming more stronger due to the Buddhist ties. Okay, so there was an exchange of literature, there was exchange of knowledge and ideas. Okay, and in this way we'll see that the Buddhism will be flourishing moreover in the northern section. Okay, in the northern section of Asian continent.